Hey guys, how's it going? ATF here with a new knife review for you guys. This here is the Cold Steel American Lawman. American Lawman, Lawman, however you prefer to say it. Now, excuse me, before I get into the review, I'm just going to point out some things. Yes, I took what I think is an ugly black coating off the blade, and I sanded down the G10 so it is nice and smooth on both sides, not just under the pocket clip. But yeah, I think that looks a lot better than the stock version. So I did not use steel wool, and I did not take the black off the lock. I just thought I would keep the blade silver, this side all black. So there's that. Alright, so now let's get into the review of the American Lawman. We have a blade length here of 3.5 inches. For my metric folks, that is just under 9 centimeters at 8.9 centimeters. The blade material, it doesn't say it on there, but it is OS 8A stainless steel. Very nice steel. A lot of people talk about cold steel kind of using that, and it's not too great of a steel. But then a lot of people say, well, it is also a great steel because it's very, very easy to sharpen. And I gotta say, I'm someone who sucks at sharpening, but using my little sharpening system, I can get this back to hair popping sharp really, really easily. So it's not too hard at all, and it is a nice steel. It's not too bad. The closed length here, or just the handle length, is just over 4.5 inches at 4.6, which again for my metric folks is 11.7 centimeters. The handle material, as I kind of mentioned in the very beginning, is G10, sanded down quite a bit, but not too much. It still has a little bit of grip. Excuse me again. And if you're wondering, let's see here. The screw types here, we have T6s. Oh, there's some skin coming off my thumb. T6s right here and here, and then a T8 for the pivot. And then to take off or reverse the thumb stud, it's just a simple flathead. And then of course the pocket clip is removable or reversible as well. So it's fully ambidextrous. The overall length is 8 1/8 inch, or 20.6 centimeters. As you saw there, the opening mechanism is the thumb stud, and it uses the Cold Steel's well-known triad lock to lock. Now this, actually I think the lock was created by Andrew Demko. This knife is actually based off of the Demko AD10, created by, of course, Demko himself. I really like this version. It's got all the curves and all the kind of the features of the custom version, but of course at a way lower price point. The weight it doesn't feel this at all. It according to many websites I checked, is 5.4 ounces or 153 grams. To me, it really feels more along the lines of just over 4 ounces, maybe. Nearly 5.5. It does not feel that. So I'm going to take everyone's word for it. It's 5.4, but I will say this, it does not feel like that. I purchased this on Amazon for around $55. There are a lot of other sites that have them from, about around 50 to 60. And of course you can get them used on, the forums for 40, 45. The origin of this knife right here is Taiwan. That's the only thing I don't like about Cold Steel, is all their knives are made overseas. But this one I just couldn't help myself because I just love that blade shape. I just had to pick it up. And if you're wondering, yes, I actually picked it up with the intention of immediately modifying the blade and the G10. It stayed, the G10 and the black coating only stayed on for maybe 3 hours before I got to working on that. So what do I think of that beautiful blade shape there? I think it is, honestly, I think this knife is one of the most perfect knives I've come across for EDC, or even tougher tasks as well. It's got that perfect blade shape, nice drop point blade. It's a nice thickness. It's a nice lock. I mean, it just, and it, it's a great steel, and it stays sharp. Just everything about it. It's got the good curve to it. It's got a little strong point. I mean, let's see if I can. It's just everything about the blade shape is just great for EDC. Excuse the airplane above my head. The handle as well is a great EDC handle. So I will just jump ahead and say, I think I just said this, but this knife in general I think is one of the best EDC knives you could get. Oh, the handle, by the way, yeah, it's extremely ergonomic. It's relatively thin for being such a big, wide, and kind of hefty knife. It's relatively thin. I don't have that specification on me right now, but it's, maybe about a half an inch or less. Not quite sure. And then you can also choke up on it. So if you're, just in your backyard whittling or something, you can get that choked up position and really kind of, if this is the stick, just kind of really work that. And of course, if you're just doing any EDC cutting task, you can put your hand back here and relax a little bit and get an extra, half inch to 3/4 of an inch of length there. The pocket clip, when you first get it, it's not the pocket clip that's terrible. It's the G10 immediately under the pocket clip that's terrible, because this is a complete pants shredder. No matter if you're wearing thick jeans or thin gym shorts, it will tear it up immediately. So, but now with the smooth G10 again, you might be able to hear how smooth that is. The pocket clip is perfect, and I have no problem with it. I never bent it out or anything. It was just, I had to sand down the G10, that's all I did. Pocket clip I have no problems with. It's a little short, but it does the job, so I'm fine with it. And it's got nice tension too. The deployment speed here, well, as with most lockbacks, the deployment speed is pretty slow. That's basically as far as I've ever gotten with this knife. And then so I don't even try to flick it open. I just do it, I just do this. I just make contact with the thumb stud the whole entire swing. Because this is a really snappy knife, as you can see there. I mean, it starts to snap down right here. So if I mess something up and I'm opening this knife, let's use a second hand for safety, and finger gets caught in there and this slams back down and I freak out and I pull my finger out, that is going to be terrible. That is not good. So again, I just make contact with the thumb stud the whole time, and I do that. Very simple, and it takes, 1 second. And then of course, overall, it is a perfect EDC knife. And guys, I'm not going to start rambling. I'm going to let you go right now. Y'all take care. Have a great day. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to comment down below. Adios. Y'all take care.